Hello once again, friends. Happy New Year. So, you know how it goes on New Year's. Wake up, dizzy, maybe still drunk, different part of town. Think, oh, damn, there's actually a flea market nearby here that sells comic books last time I was there, maybe 5 years ago or something. Go check it out. So, did so. Um, we made a pretty good deal. Got about 120 comics here for, I think it's like 118 or 19 comics for 120 bucks, so just about $1 each. A lot of them are some rare indie stuff, mature readers and whatnot. About half of them. So let's go through them together. Yeah, let's go. So it was actually a different vendor. There used to be a couple there. There might still be, but a different vendor at the same little corner. It was Wally's stuff, but I guess he was saying that he was like letting somebody else take the reins afterwards. So maybe that helped expedite the process of me getting a good deal on these. He had last time he used to be at like a different flea market, and he used to have a deal with all the $2 books. If you were to get 20 or more, it would be $1 each. And I said, "Hey, dude, would you still do that?" And he said, "Yeah, absolutely." I started to amass a pretty big pile. Because I was like, I'll just like take out all the maybes because there's tons of boxes and then sift through after. And while I was going along, I said, "Hey, would you do even less than $1 if I was to get a lot of them or something like that?" And he was like, "Yeah." So, starting with the $2 books, I'll end with the indie mature readers adults only stuff at the end there, because I know that might not be for everybody. But anyways, so this is Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, Matt Wagner, who did Grendel and stuff. I kind of enjoy the stuff that he did. This is colored by Steve Oliff of Ollie Optics, which you would think maybe might not be a great marriage, but it actually looks really good, the two of them together. Almost like a Matsukeli look. So yeah, this will be cool. I guess this is like a one-shot kind of one and done story too, which is cool. It's nice when a comic can just be like one comic, one story in a comic. Always good pacing and whatnot that way. Oh no, my bad. So this is part two of that. So I guess it's at least two parts. Oh wait, three. Part three. Maybe I'm still dizzy and drunk. Yeah, not really though. Um, what is this called? Crush and Lobo number three. Yeah, this art looks pretty cool. Again, as I have said in the past, I'm not very familiar with superhero stuff, especially more modern, but at this price is about when I'll take the chance rather than when it's like $4 or $5, right? So I think the art also looks pretty good on the interior too. So we'll give it a shot. Forgotten Realms number three, DC and TSR books. So this is a D&D campaign setting world that, yeah, I used to play on growing up. We'll check it out. It's kind of like everything in the kitchen sink platform. You can have, orcs, goblins, even creatures out of Greek and Indian mythology or any kind of mythology, Norse. You can have ninjas, samurais, but they managed to make it work on that setting. This is a Vertigo anthology series, Gangland, from the late 90s or early 2000s. All crime stories. In this issue, we have David Lloyd, Joe Lansdale, some others, Dave Gibbons. Oh, you got a Frank Whiteley opening page here. I remember enjoying this. Oh man, this is a sad story, man. David Lloyd, of course, from V for Vendetta. If I believe, like, I think I read this like 20 years ago, but I think it's an abused dog that manages to get rehabilitated and become a police dog, and just goes through the life of him from his point of view. Oh man, it's so. This is like heart wrenching, man. It's so good though. This police officer that like sees something good in him, so he doesn't have to be put down, rescues him. Oh man, this is gonna make me tear up if I read it again. I feel like. Anyways, this is a really cool crime series from Vertigo. An issue of Hellblazer. This is number 50, so this is a bit of a special Garth Ennis. If I recall, this is again like, if I can recall, like reading this 20 years ago, this is kind of an epic issue where I think the King of the Vampires meets him around the time of his birthday, and he starts to just mock him and talk about the ancestry and history of the Constantine bloodline. And it comes out that he like loves feasting on the Constantines, and he was around on Earth when the first man was like put together, and just about he's almost like an alien, or he existed even before humans. The King of the Vampires. Yeah. Anyways, these like Hellblazer specials. Well, especially the Garth Ennis run. It's some of Garth Ennis's like most killer stuff, I'd say for sure. He was firing on all cylinders at that point, for sure. Which is not to say that he's not anymore, but you could definitely do well with the Garth Ennis Hellblazer stuff. So there's a newer Hellblazer that I'm not familiar with. I kind of dipped out around the Mike Carey era, around issue 150 or so, but I don't know. I'll check out the character again. An issue of The Shadow. This is The Shadow number 7. Not Michael William Kaluta anymore, but not bad art by any means. I'll give it a whirl. I'm sure somebody familiar with this artist would know who it is, but without looking inside. Some later issues of Unknown Soldier. I think these are from the early 2000s. By Joshua Dysart and Alberto Ponticelli. This is heart-wrenching stuff as well. If I recall correctly, he's a sociologist, a black sociologist from America, or is it in Africa? But anyways, he's going to Africa to try and help out with like civil wars and child soldiers and stuff, but he starts to become the unknown soldier and just, rather than being a pacifist, he's like starts to become very, very violent. There's a run I have almost all of them, but maybe I'll get the series together too, because I have them in trade paperbacks, but might be worth putting together too. There's a big run of Marvel Fanfare, which I think is an anthology of just kind of different artists and writers being able to do a different kind of take on Marvel properties. So don't know what to expect with these, but a run like this, I think if I don't like them, I'll be able to, flip them pretty easily. So what do we got? Marvel Fanfare number 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, number 8. What do we got in here? I got it bookmarked for something. Oh yeah, Bill Sienkiewicz pinup section in this one. Check that a bit. Marvel Fanfare number 13. That's a nice cover too. Who did this? Adams, does that say? Is it Art Adams? Doesn't really look like. I don't know if his signature looks like that either. Number 15. Oh yeah, this is like the Thing's birthday where he's getting pranks pulled on him the whole time. Nice little short story in there. Number 16. Got this one kind of bookmarked too. What do we got? Oh, it's Mike Mignola doing the art, but looking pretty different. Man, the focus on this phone blows. What the fuck, man? How can the phone be newer but suck more? There we go. Oh, maybe I figured something out. Marvel Fanfare number 17. Number 18. So there's a Frank Miller Captain America. Was this recently covered on Cartoonist Kayfabe where they were saying, like, too bad it doesn't live up to the cover? Because, yeah, it does have that Frank Miller look on the cover, but on the inside, not so much. But it does have a Nowlan portfolio in it, focusing on the fairer of the species in it. I guess my autofocus is off now. So that's cool that Kevin Nowlan stuff. Miracleman number 3. Is this the... Yeah, these are the Marvel reprints. Again, I'm not sure if I'll probably flip these. Because I had Miracleman 1 to 10 before, but I just didn't really get into it. Nothing against it, but... Number 4, number 5. New Mutant Summer Special, number 1. Let's see what's in here. This is pretty beat up. Nascenti, Brett Blevins. Oh yeah, this looks pretty cool, this art, though. It's cool how cartoony it is. Stylish, too. Like, unique kind of touches on it. Okay, let's keep going. More copies of these Prince Valiant. Is it John Ridgway and Michael William Kaluta? I believe, yeah. And maybe it was I want to say Jill Thompson writing, but no, that's not correct. That's not the lady. Without opening it up anyway. Went over these in another video. Let's take a look at the art. The Charles Vess. Or is it Michael William Kaluta covers? It's Charles Vess, isn't it? Punisher Invades the Nom, number 53. This looks like, what's his name? Jorge Zavino. Unless I'm mistaken. Some newer Punisher stuff here. Again, I'm just about done reading, or I think I just have read all of the Mike Baron and Garth Ennis Punisher. I've read a bit of the Jason Aaron, but I didn't get into it. So I'm just checking out, other Punisher stuff that I'm not familiar with. This is by Edmondson and Gerards. Punisher War Journal. Matt Fraction and Mike Diodato, maybe? That's number 4. Punisher War Journal, number 5. Matt Fraction and Olivetti. Big Elbow, maybe you recommended Olivetti in one or more of your videos? Maybe I'm imagining that. Maybe I'm smoking crack. But yeah, this art does look pretty cool. Number 6. They changed where the number is on each cover here. Number 8. Number 8. Number 10. Number 14. Number 15. Number 16. Nice cover. Yeah, so again, these will be easy to if they're good or not, we'll keep them or we'll flip them. It's nice to have a bit of a run, or it's not a complete run, but good little mix. I only got 2 of it, number 16 here, my bad. Because they're all mixed up when I was looking through the boxes. Another copy of Red Sonja. This is Red Sonja Volume 1, number 10. Frank Thorne. Some nice demon stuff going on here. Let's look inside the Frank Thorne art a little bit. Always nice to look at. Who wrote it though? Roy Thomas or Marv Wolfman? I think I'd like it better if there weren't as many words, but maybe I'll just skip the narration boxes. That's kind of a hack if there's too many words. Old Frank Thorne, man. Some more kind of like Babely adventure stuff. Shanna the She-Devil by Frank Cho. Let's look inside here. I never really was familiar with Frank Cho, but he does draw nice ladies. Yeah, some nice action. Good poses, good gesture drawings too. You definitely can't hold that, like, that's not a weakness. A lot of people they might have some good attractive woman rendering, but lack anatomy and the illustration strengths, but Frank Cho is not lacking in that regard. Sheena, the She-Devil, number 2. This is just, yeah, these kind of things are like, they're easy to sell. There's a bit of like popularity for this kind of thing. So it's not all just babes. There's also some good animal illustration in these. It is not easy to draw animals, but some good work in here. It's more of the original Wolverine run. Number 12, the Gehenna Stone Affair. Part 2 of 6. The Gehenna Stone Affair, 5 of 6. Number 15, Wolverine. Some more of the Greg Rucka Wolverines. As I was saying, I want to check out more Wolverine stuff, see what is good after the original great Larry Hama and Mark Silvestri stuff. And yeah, this is not bad. It's definitely pretty enjoyable to read. It's cool that they are not like against letting Wolverine have love interests, not letting him just be like that Zatoichi or like Western rambling guy who like never gets attached or anything. Getting those numbers up, Wolvie. Not rookie numbers. The Return of the Native, again. These are pretty good. Darick Robertson, of course, is like great on Transmetropolitan. Sometimes I don't like him as much as Texiera or Silvestri, but he has some good. Like the way he draws Sabretooth is awesome. Also, there's a lot of Sabretooth in this series. Not a bad thing. He's such an asshole, man. You always like want to like him, but he can't be. He can't be liked. He's a fucking asshole. Yeah, and there's good bits of action too. Wolverine fighting security guards, ninjas through smoke grenades and launching himself at attack helicopters and stuff. Good bits like that. Nice layout here. That old kind of Frank Miller super wide panel layout. So yeah, not a bad sampling of these Rucka Wolverines. I might check out more. I'm thinking maybe I'll just try to put a set together before selling them, or I'll decide at that point if I do want to sell them. They kind of feel a little more like pulpy or periodical serial. Maybe something like I would call the Garth Ennis Punishers, something like that, where they're fun for me to read, but they're not necessarily something I want to like keep as a perennial favorite and like revisit reading. They might be just fun to read like once or twice. For me. Your mileage may vary, of course. Wolverine Marvel Knights, Part 3 of 5. This would be, I guess, Gerard Way and Mark Texiera. That's cool. I haven't looked inside here yet. Some classic X-Men, really getting close to completing classic X-Men. This is number 45, number 52, number 55, number 57, and yeah, I think I started this box the way I just organize it for purposes of the video, rather than being completely random, is the more mainstream stuff is here at the front. So we'll be getting to that indie stuff. I guess we're about halfway through the mainstream stuff right now. That's Classic X-Men number 57, Astonishing X-Men, Ghost Boxes. This would be a miniseries that I didn't know existed, but Warren Ellis and Alan Davis. I do like Alan Davis. And Warren Ellis too. Some nice drawing or painting in here. That Warren Ellis run features White Queen pretty prominently. Not against that. An issue of Marvel Knights, Chuck Dixon. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs by Mark Schultz. So these reprint the original Zenzoic tales, but put them in color, I guess, with the idea of making them more palatable to mainstream or younger audiences. So I usually just like flip these or put them in the giveaway bin or something for Halloween, because I did collect and complete this series before, but the black and white is like way nicer. Mark Schultz's kind of classical illustration style is like just so nice in black and white. There were a bunch of issues of Ted McKeever's Metropole. So there's a Metropole AD. This is under the recommendation of Cartoonist Kayfabe channel, because I was never too keen on this art style myself, but they've recommended it a bunch of times, so maybe I'll give it a try. That was number 2, and here's number 3. And these are volume 2. Mobius's Airtight Garage, the Elsewhere prints. So again, these are like, I think this is number 1. Story and kind of like the world is created by Mobius, and then his friend and sometime collaborator, Jean-Marc L'Officier, doing the writing, and another artist. That's number 1. This is number 5. More Sisterhood of Steel. You'll see me be putting together extra sets of these. I'll just like grab these at any time. Aliens Labyrinth, number 3 of 4. One of the greatest stories in the entire Aliens franchise. For sure. Highly recommended. If you see these, get them. But the prelude kind of chapter 0 is only in Dark Horse Presents or the trade paperback. And it kind of sets the tone more better. Aliens Labyrinth number 1 is like good, but the prologue adds like a lot to it. Not necessary for the story, but for the horror atmosphere, if you can get your hands on it. They had a bunch of issues of Cheval Noir. As far as I can kind of assume, it seems like these are an anthology series from Dark Horse that kind of have imported art and stories a lot of the time, maybe from like Europe or South America. Seems a lot of Europe. Plus some, like, a lot of Rick Erie and Jeff Darrow doing covers or back inside covers, that sort of thing. This is number... It's blocked. Number 18. Some people sell these for like, $5 or more a piece, but I don't know, we'll see. I do like anthology series sometimes. A lot of heavy metal eras are good. This seems kind of like that, though black and white. But yeah, the bummer thing, as your boy Zach said, with anthology series is sometimes you only get like one good story out of like 3 or 4, and then you're like kind of like, do I want to keep the whole thing, the whole issue? So that's the thing. Dark Horse Presents Annual. So this is Dark Horse Presents number 64. We're getting more towards the indie stuff now. Blacklight. Jim Valentino's Blacklight. No idea what this is, but it's number 1. Cybernary 2.0, issue number 1 of 6. So this is Cybernary, but not the original creator and artist who passed away. Always been interested in Cybernary, though. Frank Frazetta's Dark Kingdom, Part 1. Again, as I said in like maybe the past 2 videos, I don't like people trying to like make stories out of it. I'll just want to like enjoy the painting as itself. I'm not interested in people's interpretations and imaginations and stuff. But I'll give it a chance, man. And if not, there's always like a market for it. An issue of Deadly Class. Can never do wrong with that, can you? Let's keep going. Desperados number 3. This is John Cassaday, who was on Planetary. But yeah, great Western artist too, so I'll check this out after all these years. Gamora swimsuit special. If you're ever going to see a late 80s or early 90s to mid 90s swimsuit special, grab it, you freak. Why wouldn't you? Let's look through here a little bit. So 90s. So that's Cybernary. Oh yeah, I think they've got like even art or Adam Hughes and shit in here. This is pretty cool. Oh, Jason Pearson. Center spread. 2-pager. The late Jason Pearson, is he passed away? Oh yeah, that's pretty cool too. What the F, man? Yeah, there's some Adam Hughes. I'm gonna have like a pretty big section of these like swimsuit issues from the late 80s and early 90s. Don't judge me. Just be jealous. This is so 90s, man. This is like straight out of 1995. Actually, I think this is from 1994, though. Okay, anywho, let's keep it moving, right? Another issue of Violator number 1. Let's always get copies of Violator when they're cheap. It's just a thing. Johnny Future with young Tom Strong and Tom Strong. This has a bunch of different creators in it. I see Nowlan, Milgram, Klein, Cooper, Adams, Moore. So, yeah. I'm mostly excited for to see Art Adams. Hell yeah, man. I don't know anything really about these characters or this world, but Art Adams. Yeah, there's like Alan Moore and stuff in here too, right? Anywho. Apple Comics Blood of Dracula. Don't know what this is either. What did we see in here though? Oh yeah. This art looks pretty cool. Who is this? Neil Vokes. Pencils by Adam Hughes. Inks by Mark Wheatley. That must be a different Adam Hughes though, surely, yeah? Because this looks nothing like the Adam Hughes that we know today. Things could change a lot, but... Vietnam Journal number 16. So we're putting together like a good little amount of these. Chaos Chronicles. Miss Mystic. I thought this was Neil Adams. Because doesn't it look like Neil Adams style? But let's see here. What do the credits say? Stories, Peter Stone, pencils, Luke Ross. So yeah, it's absolutely not Neil Adams. But just by looking at it, I thought it was. I'm not too familiar with Neil Adams, so I will say, but it looks kind of cool, man. It doesn't look boring, at least, like the layout and style. You can always tell within like the first 10 pages or so, usually, though. Blade of Kumori. These were just like, I was just like, okay, these covers look good. I'll try these out. Number 2, number 4, number 5. Oh, these are cool finds. Yeah, so maybe we're more towards all the indie stuff now. Steve Bissett and Rick Veitch's Bedlam, number 1 of 2. And I had number 2, which I found out at that garage sale back in like 2018. I think that video is titled like Awesome Garage Sale Score or something. This is crazy to find these. And it had like number 2 was bagged in there with issue 1 too as well. So now I have an extra copy of number 2. These are pretty insane, dude. So I want to show you like my favorite part of this. So where is it? It's like an adults only kind of like spin on what's this shit called, man? Charlie Brown. They're all just like gross adult, like just a bunch of like annoying assholes and losers when they're adults. It's pretty funny shit. She's really here. Well, this is it, Charlie Brand. This time you're going to talk to her if it's the last thing you ever do. After going through that rabies shot, you can handle anything. There's Pig Poop's chopper, I'll ask him. Sure, man. She's right here. Get lost, Charlie Brand! It's like fucking pig pen. Big fat hippie. An orgy with, what's her name? Patty? Or whatever. Peppermint Patty. Charlie Brand has a crush on her, but he finds her in the... You asswipe, Charlie Brand. It's good shit, man. He's fucking bashing his face against all these bricks. What does this graffiti say? Never trust anyone. Ban the bra. Lucy's white trash. Single mom. Hell yeah. Nice stuff. Legend of Kamui. Yeah, this is another thing where, under the recommendation of Cartoons Kayfabe, check out issue 14. Video eraser or laser eraser and press button, number 1. This is another like oddity from overseas. Some like great Steve Dillon, I believe. Number 2. The Eclipse pressings of Miracleman. This is number 4. Captain Victory and the Galactic Rangers. Number 2. Number 7. Number 10. Kirby Chrome, number 1 of 1. Bombast. Are these all just trash? Maybe I got taken for a swindle. Because when I looked inside some of these, I was excited for Kirby, but it's not. But they have trading cards inside. Kamiko Elemental Special. Fathom, number 1. I was always curious about like this cover and what it could look like on the inside. So I'll check out some of that. Looks alright. Some weird mer people. We'll see. Chaos, Prince of Madness. Nice cover, Howard Chaykin. See what that's all about too. Red Fox, number 8. Number 8. Red Fox number 10. Octobriana number 0. This is a weird one, huh? And when I was like cleaning the cover, I don't really know much about this, but is it all like so indie that it's almost like a Xerox? Like it feels more like ink, like carbon. Because when I cleaned the cover of dust, like some of it was starting to come off if I used like rubbing alcohol, which is a good way to clean books. But this was, yeah, even feeling it has like kind of that chalky feeling of, as if it's from a Xerox. So, is all the Octobriana stuff just all kind of like DIY underground, like a character that people just do whatever with? There's like not really a license, but lots of indie creators all over the world do stuff with it. That's the impression I get. Not sure. One moment. True Swamp. Is this by John Lewis, I want to say? This is going back into the memory archives of like 1995 or something. I think it is. Yeah, this was in... One of these stories was in Dark Horse Presents 100, that little mini-series. And these characters were funny as hell, man. They curse so damn much, though. And they talk so, like, raunchy and, what would the word be? brutally honest, or taking the piss, or joking around. Everything in between. And they're so funny. But, yeah, there is, like, real-life kind of, personalities and, relationship dynamics and stuff too. A lot of them are talking about like girlfriends and shit. I'm looking forward to reading this because I remember in that Dark Horse Presents 100, me and my friends read it and we would like keep rereading that one and like laughing our asses off, being like, man, these characters rule. All these years later to find this, I have no idea where this is gonna take me. Some of the quotes on the back: Scott McCloud, Jim Woodring, Alesh meditation on ego, personality, and the nature of nature. True Swamp is a song of love. This world is one of a kind. True Swamp is satisfying. True Swamp rings true. Hell yeah, bro. Striker. This is a manga also known as Spriggan, right? Yeah, Spriggan, which had the movie co-directed by Katsuhiro Otomo. It's kind of fun to read these. He's kind of like a special forces for like a shadow government where they're covering up, say the first one, they're covering up what the original like Noah's Ark was. It's like an interdimensional kind of storage. There's weird shit like that, and these like what's the word, like cryptoarchaeology, I guess. So for the people interested in like kind of French conspiracy stuff, he's kind of like an action hero in that vein, it seems. Mark Miller and Dave Gibbons, The Secret Service, number 1. I'll try anything Dave Gibbons throws in on, so. And if it's not great, easy to get rid of, number 1. Lady Justice, number 1. Dan Brereton, nice cover. Yeah, maybe these will be fun to read, I don't know. At a glance, it looks kind of alright. Oh. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's right. Anywho, again, like these are things, they always look like crap growing up. This brand, techno.com. Mickey Spillane, that old noir movie, Kiss Me Deadly, is fucking fantastic, man. And you know, like, Tarantino kind of took some bits from it But Mickey Spillane wrote Mike Danger, old pulp hero, hard-nosed, hard-hearted, private detective. But this is in the future, and has like love robots and stuff. Prescient. So I'm not really... Mickey Spillane did sci-fi too. This guy's kind of like a hard-nosed loner, private detective maybe in the future too. I'll give it a try. The thing with like I'd say a lot of like the 90s and even today, people try to like put in ingredients that you're familiar with that you should like, right? Say it's like, oh yeah, I like zombies, I like maybe superheroes or blah blah, and just mix them and be like, oh yeah, I like Lovecraftian stuff, and kind of prey on what has come before or things like that. But it needs to not just have ingredients, but have like the secret ingredient of, I don't know what it is, love or the je ne sais quoi, or something like an actual creative novel aspect. So yeah, just try not to fall prey to the oh, I should like this because it has things I'm familiar with and have liked in the past. Try to stay gold, right? So, but in this regard, with these dollar bins, I'm like, yeah, I'll try to these things that I didn't want to be a sucker, like be a mark for when they came out. Now I'll actually give them a try because maybe there is like a secret ingredient of love or creativity in them. But yeah, moving on. Some Jan Stranad and Dennis Fujitake, Flesh and Bones. I see the name Jan Stranad. I put it in the box. Okay, what's this got? Oh, this has an Alan Moore backup short story too. So that's weird. I'm sure this must be like an Alan Moore story not too many people have seen. I definitely don't know anything about this. So, privilege for your eyes only there. Flesh and Bones number 3. Okay, so yeah, this is all the indie stuff I think now. Oh yeah, getting towards the mature readers and adults only. So the deal I got was like, yeah, he used to always do, if you get $22 books, they'd be $1 each for every 20. And then this stack of indie mature readers, adults only, a lot of it was priced like $10 or $15 each. But when I presented to him, he's like, yeah, $60. So I had a pile of all that other stuff, which was about 140? No, 120 books, or 140, something like that. And he's like, yeah, 120 for those and 60 for all these. And I was like, oh, nuts. I only want to spend like 120 bucks. Let me take out a bunch from the dollar books. And he was like, you know what? Just take out 20. So yeah, it ended up being just about on like altogether, either way of looking at it, $60 for these plus $60 for that like 100 other books that we just processed. But it works out to like $1 each. Is the way I'll look at it. Is the way I would justify it to a significant other or whatnot, right? It's no problem. It's nothing. But yeah, these will, keep me occupied for a while. You gotta. Everybody needs a vice, right? I don't know why I'm trying to justify this. Why not? Everybody has like something hobby to keep them occupied, but you can kind of feed the beast. As a collector, you just are able to like keep the beast fed and in perpetual motion. Keep some, flip others, trade others. It's kind of something to do. Anyway, you must know all this by now, right? Unless you're just getting into this. So Vortex, I don't know what this is, but there's a nice illustrator, or a nice illustration. RL. This is weird looking. Ken Stacy, Ty Templeton, Ashes to Ashes, Dust to Dust. The story of like a war story. Dan Day. Yeah, there's some weird stuff. This is comics. Nothing else can do something like this, but this medium. Yeah, this looks pretty rad. Mike Grell, Barry Sinister. Some kind of like werewolf people? How 90s is this? This looks like 1990-91 style. I never really was... When this kind of stuff was coming out, the Mike Grell, I didn't find it too appealing, but I have enjoyed everything I've read of Mike Grell, so... This looks pretty weird, though. It's like no other kind of Mike Grell stuff. This is cool, man. How good is, like, $1 for Harold Head? It's Rand Holmes, yeah? And Harold Head, if I recall correctly from reading, like, years and years ago, he was an ex-Vietnam pilot that becomes, like, a cocaine smuggler as well. And I can't open this, because, there's drug use, sex. It's awesome, man. Ryan Holmes is fucking godly. He's amazing. Cud. Yeah, this is all the, like, adults-only mature reader stuff now. Terrellman's Cud. Number 1. Ironwood. Number 3. Found one of these in... Was it that garage sale from, like, 2018 also? Something like that. So it's weird to find another companion issue from that series. Lady Vampire. 48 bloody luxury pages. This actually looked really cool on the inside. I think it was a bunch of different artists as well. Liaisons délicieuses. So it's kind of like that Marquis de Sade era. Of just like erotica, French, translated into English. Little Greta Garbage. So this is like Orphan Annie, but trashy sex chick. Looking inside this, it seemed pretty funny, and interesting too. Liz and Beth. I think we covered another issue of this or 2 issues that we found recently. So this is like another one fitting out of the 4. So I think we have like 3 or 4 of these now. 3 out of 4. Time Wankers. From flipping through this, what I seem to gather is that they like travel through different eras of history having sex. Yep. Easy. If these are good to keep, then you keep them. Otherwise, they're easy to sell. There's a market out there for anything. And on that note, Ups and Downs. Jim Hardiman's Ups and Downs. This is like, you know, it's not even any of your business, but I'm not a furry, but this is all furries and like different anthropomorphic like animal people having explicit sex. It's explicitly illustrated on the inside, like throughout every page, every corner. It's insane, man. It's almost, this is one of the things, like, should I keep it just for the novelty, or I wonder if it's worth a lot of money. You can definitely exploit these freaks for every last nickel and dime. I actually worked at a shop making like what's it called, mascot events and stuff for like different towns, even Major League. And yeah, there were a couple of furry costumes that we made for people, and they were in the tens of thousands, like 25, 50,000. These people have money, man. You take them for everything they got, or keep it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll have more videos coming up, and Happy New Year, Happy 2024, Happy hunting, peace. Like and comment if you so desire. It's always nice to hear from you guys. Cheers.